our way to get this MR2 dyno tested for the very first time. I am super excited. Gotta change gears with my right hand. I am super excited to get an idea of what this car makes on a dyno. The person who organized this is a familiar face. He was actually in one of my videos before. You'll meet him soon. Let's see how much power my V6 swapped MR2 will make. So we're here at, what's the shop? Oh, probably even shouldn't. So we're here at Auto Racing Technique and we're here with Seb. He is the owner of some other Fiat. I don't know what it is.
132.
132. So he is friends with Pat, and Pat's the guy that I reviewed the Fiat of. It was a Fiat 124, I believe. 1972, and we're going to get the MR2 on the dyno today. We just need to move some of the cars out, and here is my MR2 just chilling right over here. Here you go, everyone. V6 MR2 going on the dyno. I feel like we'll get many new viewers, so if you guys aren't familiar with this is my V6 swapped MR2. It's got a 3VZ FE out of a 1996 Toyota Camry. We're going to see how much power it makes. Not really aiming for anything high, not really expecting anything high. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's a stock Camry clutch, so if you can't drive this, you can't drive a Camry. Nah, it's really easy. I can see I need to replace that. You're good, it's not that low. We're just backing it up into the dyno room right now. We've just had to move a couple of the cars out the way. This is all new to me and stuff, so yeah, bear with me. But yeah, this is awesome. Look at that, MR2 getting dyno tested. I'm crazy excited. So we're getting the car set up on the dyno now. I'm gonna get a front view here where you'll be able to see the car shooting flames. No, it won't be. It'll be moving, and we're gonna get my other camera, my smaller camera, set up behind it so you'll be able to hear the exhaust as well. So, like I said, with power-wise, we're not really aiming for anything more than 120 kilowatts. That's all that I'll probably get. Anything more than that is going to be very surprising. It is a stock Camry 3VZ, so it's not going to be really pushing crazy amounts of power until we, of course, turbo the car. So what is this? This is a Lotus
Esprit Sport 300.
Lotus Esprit Sport 300. So this is the coolest car in the shop. I don't even know where to begin with this. Have a look at that. That's insane. We'll have a quick walk around first, but Seb's gonna let me sit in it. Look at that fat meat. How old is this thing? What year did it come out in?
What year is this? A 94?
1994. It's a real nice shape. It's funny when I look at these and like the Lotuses that come out now actually have Camry engines and Celica engines, so it's funny seeing this.
So alright, let's put the seat back because it's a real pain in the ass to get into, but you can try it if you like.
Dude, holy crap.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
This is, holy shit. This is like a proper race car.
Yep. It was literally, it was pretty much a race car from the factory. 5-speed manual? Yep.
What is it? What engine's in it? Is it a 6-cylinder?
No, it's a 4-cylinder. I think it's a 2.2 litre turbo or something like that.
Yeah.
Damn. Or Alcantara.
Alcantara, that's right. Tara. Is that real carbon?
No, that's fake carbon. Even on the dash, fake carbon there too.
Okay. It's going to be pretty hard hearing my voice and all that with all the stuff going on, but we're going to get the car on the dyno. Well, it's already on the dyno. Off it goes. We're going to see how much power this thing makes. What do you reckon?
What do they make stock?
Apparently on car sales it made 136 kilowatts. That's not even to the wheels.
115 maybe?
115, alright. I'm guessing 123. 123. We'll see what happens. 500 horsepower, let's go. See the power for the very first time. This is okay. So the The result of the first dyno apparently isn't always accurate, so we're gonna see 110 kilowatts. Nice. 110 kilowatts, that's what you want. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, nice. We're going for our second run now, see if it makes any more power than 110 kilowatts. Here we go. Ooh, not bad. 112, 111 kilowatts. It's not focusing on the screen, but I'm sure I'll get like a piece of paper or something like that. That run was at 190 kilometers an hour, the wheel speed.
I think I saw like 119.
119? That seems more accurate. Oh, let's have a look, we'll see. The camera's not focusing, but it's making 109 kilowatts right now.
Alright, so there's compensation on the other screen, so this one's actually more accurate.
Okay. There you go. So we're here back the next day after getting the car dynoed, which was yesterday. And as you can tell by my reaction, I was not happy with the result, of course. We were making 110 kilowatts to the wheels. And for that number, for this car, for how this feels, it doesn't really represent anything. The thing that triggers me the most is this car beats a lot of other cars on the street. And it didn't really make any sense to me that I was only getting 110 kilowatts. But Ray, the person who was dyno testing the car, he actually went ahead and explained a lot of the stuff for me and made it more clear, I guess. But the way he dynos cars is he tries to make the dyno numbers as realistic as possible to the real world. He tries to get the most accurate results, so he puts in things to the dyno that measure a broad range of temperatures, you know, from so and so. I don't really know how it all works. It's the dyno wizardry, I guess. He explained to me that there were a lot of like compensation sort of things that you can put in and all that. I'm sure people who have watched other dyno videos will know this a lot better. But he would put in certain numbers for drag, friction, all that kind of stuff to make, of course, the most realistic sort of real world numbers. Because he said to me that those videos on YouTube where you see people like on the dyno that are only on there for like 5 seconds or so, they get an unrealistic sort of number because they're not countering the fact of temperatures and all that kind of stuff. And he also said to me that we could have got a better result if we put fan coming up through the vent, which would actually replicate airflow to the pod filter, which is extremely functional on the MR2, as I'll show you right now. As you can see, this vent leads up right into the engine bay, and it comes around right to here. There's a massive opening right there, as you can see there, and that directs airflow directly to the pod filter, giving it cold air, creating more power. Now, because the car was stationary on a dyno and didn't have that sort of airflow, that was obviously going to affect a lot of numbers. There's always a lot of things to factor into account when dyno testing a car. There's so many things that you can lose power on. So I guess that's why we did get the number that we got. This is not me being butthurt. This is just me trying to explain why we got such a low number compared to what we kind of should have got. Because as it's claimed, this car's supposed to make 136 kilowatts to the flywheel, the crank, so it should have at least given us, you know, somewhat in the 120 range. It just goes to show that dyno numbers mean literally nothing when it comes to being in the car and driving it and feeling how quick it feels, how it feels around corners and stuff. Dyno numbers mean nothing because, like I said, I feel like I outperform many cars on the street in terms of straight line performance, cornering performance, and all of that. And the car's only making 110 kilowatts. Obviously, because it's a super lightweight car, that actually is quite a lot of power. If you put it in horsepower terms, we're making 150 horsepower, which is not too bad. And And Ray also said to me, by looking at all the graphs and stuff, looking at all the AFRs, all the air-fuel ratios, that we could actually potentially gain a lot of power if we did lean the AFRs out. He also said that if we played with the timing a little bit, we definitely would have got more power. That is definitely something that we'll probably do before we go turbo. We're probably going to get this car performing to its best possible abilities while it's NA, and then we're going to turbo it, and there'll probably be a lot of dyno runs in between all of that. So really looking forward to seeing the progression of this car. The baseline is 110 kilowatts, which is going to be a great baseline as it's nice and low. So we'll be able to definitely improve on that, and I'm super excited for that. So yesterday we learned quite a bit, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, Ray, for explaining everything to me, and thank you, Seb, as well for obviously hooking us up with a dyno run. There's a couple of things on the car that we need to fix, because from that dyno run I noticed a couple of things. I could hear a slight exhaust hiss. There was a little bit of a and one of the wheels is out of balance. As Ray was like pushing the car and letting off the accelerator, I think it was the passenger side rear wheel, it was kind of wobbling a little bit. So that means that we need to get this thing rebalanced, or maybe get some new tires down the line. I'm not too sure. I know that we need to replace one of these brake lights, and I also know, and not from the dyno, that we need to roll the hell out of these guards, because they are scraping like crazy on this tire, and that's, oh damn, it's gonna get quite dangerous. So we need to get that rolled ASAP. Actually, might do that later today, or maybe in another video. But some incredibly interesting results, I believe. I'm super happy with how the car sounded and all, and I can't wait to improve on these numbers. It's gonna be good. Now, in Instagram and YouTube comments, I always get questions regarding how I got this engine in the MR2. You know, where do you even begin? What parts do you need? All of that. I want to give a massive shout out to the sponsor of this whole entire build, woodsport.org. The guy who runs it, Paul, he's a legend. He's all over the forums. I'm even representing the sticker right here, so if you see the sticker, you know exactly what it means. Woodsport. They sponsored the whole entire engine harness, the engine mount, and Paul pretty much showed me and instructed me how to completely install this engine at home, alone in my garage. He deserves all the credit for this. And if you guys want to V6 swap your MR2 with a 2GR, a 1MZ, the 3VZ, then definitely hit up woodsport.org. They supply engine mounts for various engines, various different swaps, and Paul is an expert when it comes to MR2. So definitely check out Woodsport before you ask me any questions, because I won't be able to answer everything. Mr. Paul will know what to tell you. And yes, guys, you need to V6 swap your car. You need to make that 110 kilowatts. While we're here as well, I may as well show you some of the sneak peeks to what's to come on the rexhyt.com website. So we're getting some merch sorted, like I've teased for the past couple of videos. That's right, some V6 MR2 merch will be coming out soon. If you made it this far, I want to know exactly what you guys want to see with this car, where you want me to take it, budget-wise at the moment. If there's any video ideas that you guys can think of, definitely hit us up in the comments. Always read through all of them, even if I don't react to them or like them. I always read through everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.